Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks, Bill. What I want to do is kind of go over, as Bill and Matt mentioned, there's a lot of benefits available to you as attraction members, and a good place to go or a good place to get started is our FloridaAttractions.org, which is our membership website. We just switched over this week to a new platform. It's very comprehensive. It's very easy to read, easy to follow. So I just want to go over it a little bit about how you access some online resources via your membership website. So here, if you go to FloridaAttractions.org, here's the homepage. We'll always have a rotator going with three or four main things going on, whether it be like right now we've got our attractions are checking their listing for our official guide map, which the deadline for that is October 15th. We've contacted your head marketing person for their your image and your listing. We also do like the main events coming up, which is like our networking breakfast, which we'll get into events a little later. But events are really the key to getting the most out of your FA membership. And Mike will talk about that a little later. But right now, we'll just do the resources. So you've got a rotator. We always have our latest news and announcements, upcoming events. There's a populated comprehensive list down here. You can also use the tabs above the news. Coming up in January, we've got the beginning of the 2020 legislative session. And there's lots of updates and alerts we send our attractions members, because that's one thing we do as an association is we monitor legislation that affects our industry. So look out for these. An update we'll send you is like a piece of legislation is moved in the House or anything like that. And then a legislative alert is kind of a call to action. So anytime we're going to call on you to contact your local representative so that you can because there's something that's going to negatively affect the industry, and we don't want that to happen. So watch out for those, and those can always be found on .org. But we send those in emails as well, which I'll get into in a few minutes. I encourage you, learn more about our membership. The way it works is the business or attraction is the member, and then we have representatives as contacts for those businesses and attractions. So get to know membership. Here's your resource if you ever need to. We've got a list of the board of directors. We have representatives from all over the state who serve on your volunteer board of directors. Matt Johnson, he spoke earlier. He's the chairman, and he's also the executive director of the IMAG History and Science Museum in Fort Myers. If you need to contact myself, Mike, or Bill, you can come here, and we've got our emails here. You can also call the office anytime, and if we don't answer, we'll get right back to you. We also have, as an attraction member, one of the things we hold all our attractions to as an association is our code of practices. And this is something we do to make sure that we're representing the finest family attractions in Florida. And you can visit this page and learn more about the code of practices. But we secretly we work with a company that secretly shops our attractions to make sure they're adhering to safety, hospitality, cleanliness, truthful in advertising, and how they handle their complaints. And so this is some more information on this. Again, good resource for attractions. The Join Us page, if you ever know of anybody that is interested in membership, or you'd like to just kind of learn a little more about it yourself as a contact of your member business, the Join Us page, we've got a comprehensive, I want to point this out. So this is if you go to the membership benefits, it's a comprehensive list of memberships that benefits that we offer just generically to all levels of membership. If you go to this page, there's a PDF FA benefits matrix. This is all inclusive, and you can look up the exact membership benefits you get based on the level attraction or a level attraction that you are a member in. So everything is here laid out for you. So that's a good resource. And then also you can learn about our foundation, which raises money to provide scholarships for students in hospitality related fields. It also helps to pay for education sessions for our members. So anything from conference speakers to breakout session people, all that is paid for through the scholarship foundation. So it's a kind of a twofold program, helping incoming hospitality professionals and current professionals working in the industry as part of the association. So as I mentioned, if you're on this call, you're a contact of your attraction member business, and as a contact, you already have an account on .org. So I'm going to show you how to access that. So when you go here, you can go to login, and here it's basically just telling you, if you've never accessed the site before, you have an account. If your name has been provided to us by your attraction, then you have an account. So what you'll do is just put your email address in and use the forgot password feature, and it'll email you a link to change your password, and then you can log in. But once you do that, I'm going to show you what happens when you log in. So, oops, sorry. Once you log in, you'll come back to the home page, but now you'll see that there's a new tab marked member content here on the right. This is exclusive for our members, so you can't see this unless you log in. A couple resources to make you aware of. If you go under benefits, again, I've got that benefits overview for you if you want to review it, and you got the benefits matrix there as well. The official guide map. We're not a marketing organization. Mike will get into a little more about the maps in just a few minutes, but we're not a marketing organization. But the two pieces of marketing we do on behalf of our attractions is our map and our FloridaAttractions.org site. And the map is Mike will go into more detail about that. But all of our attraction members, no matter what level, get a free listing in this map. It goes all over the state. To Turnpike plazas and hotel lobbies, and it's just one little way we market our attractions is in this map. I'll let Mike get into more about that, but also as I mentioned, the FloridaAttractions.com website. So this is the consumer-facing site. So as an attraction, you're on this site. You can view by city. Let's see as it loads. Yeah. So, once you find your attraction, you can, or the consumer can view the post. It's got a little logo, some pictures. I don't put anything on here I'm not provided. So if you have any videos or images you would like on your page, just send them to me and I'll get them right up there. But it's just got a little, small paragraph about your attractions, some contact information. And we have two links, one to the attractions website and one to their ticket page. So that's just a little something we do for the attractions as well. Also, the Florida Attraction Finder. Now we work with Visit Florida on this. This is their site, but it's a very comprehensive way for the consumer to find attractions. And if you ever have any changes you would like made or anything like that, there's information on this page of how to contact Visit Florida to get that changed. So we work with Visit Florida on this. It's a very cool tool. People can pinpoint exactly what kind of attraction they're looking for, and it's a really great way to get exposure for your attraction. So that information's on there. Also for primary attraction members only, we have the Attraction Share program, which I won't get too much into this because if you're a primary attraction member, you kind of know about it already. But it works. You go to your Attraction Share liaison at your business if you guys participate, and it's basically a program where participating attractions can have employees of other participating attractions come to their attraction at no cost. And depending on the level that they participate, they can bring guests at no cost as well, or they can bring guests at a discounted price. So it's a cool little program between attractions where just people can explore, other and enjoy attractions all over the state. So this is where you can get information on that. If you don't see it when you log in, it's because your attraction's not a primary member and they don't have attraction shares. So there might be some you only see what pertains to your level of membership. And then we also have the VIP benefit, which is all of our primary attractions. They have 3 reps that get they can use the VIP benefit and they get free admission for themselves and up to 3 guests at participating attractions as well. And this is where the HR department will go to confirm those benefit holders. Under here, resources. This is a very, very good tool you may use. So we have 2 directories. We have the business directory. So this is a list of all of our member businesses, all 245 at all levels of membership, associate and attraction. And it'll come here. You got the name. It's listed alphabetically, or you can also you can search or do an advanced search. And here you can, if you want to search by Florida County, you can do that. If you want to search by like if you're looking as attractions, if you're looking for a particular vendor or something, and say you wanted somebody that any of the selected, say you wanted, looking for somebody who does banners and signs and graphics and design, you could click that, search, and then that narrows it down for you. All of our members that do graphic design and banners. So it's a pretty cool tool. Also, you can go to the, if you're looking for somebody specific, you can go to the Who's Who directory. And here, it's a list of everybody, all of our contacts from each business. So if you click on their name, tells you their job title, their mailing address, mobile if we have it, business phone, and all that. So it's a nice tool if you're looking for someone specific at any particular business. And of course, you can do the advanced search here as well and a basic search. Next up, member forum. We just launched this on Monday. We didn't have this capability with our last platform, but here's a good way if you want to come here and you could create a topic. You can also subscribe to a particular post. So anytime there's a reply or a comment, you'll get an email notification. And we've been using a Facebook group, which is you're welcome to join. Just search Florida Attractions Association members and make the request. It's a private group, so we will accept you accordingly. But here, so you got kind of 2 ways or 3 ways to connect with members. You can do the forum, you can go to the Facebook page, or you can use the directory and contact them directly. It's perfectly fine. And then this is a very useful tool. So this has become a big issue lately. So ADA website compliance. At our last annual conference in June that was held in Miami, we actually had a law firm come out and hold a breakout session on ADA website compliance. So this is a thing that lawyers are coming down on more and more, making sure that your website is ADA compliant. So we've worked with the law firm that presented at our conference, and they provided us with some very useful online tools, some plugins for WordPress, some articles to kind of get you to make sure that some of you may work with third-party website providers, and they may already do this. But especially if you're a smaller attraction, you're running your own website, this is a good thing to just have your IT department or your website person go to and just do a quick check, because they are coming down on that. And then also, if you need to pay an invoice for anything, whether it's registration for an event or membership, you can come here and pay an invoice. Next up, as I mentioned, we do a lot of government advocacy. So coming up in January, we have the legislative session will be beginning here in Tallahassee, and we monitor everything that goes on pretty closely. So our government relations page tells a little more, some links. There's also a guide onto conducting a successful legislative visit here. That's a big part of educating your local representative on what you do and what your attraction is all about. So we have a guide on here that kind of offers some tools for you on doing that. Also, the link to the updates and alerts, which I discussed, and those will come, maybe a couple a week, just kind of keeping you informed of what's going on in our industry in the state legislature. Other government, we got legislative issues. Here you can come, these will be updated in 2020, but it tells you all of our stances politically as a association. So our priorities and positions on anything from Visit Florida to tourism tax, things like that. So you could come here and know exactly where we stand as an association. And every position we take is a positive for the industry. So we don't favor any one attraction over the other. It's purely the industry. So also government, we got a bill tracker, which is pretty cool. This is in real time. It'll show you the bills that we're monitoring that affect the industry and who's sponsoring it and how it's moving. So what the action is on it, things like that. And we also, here's more, as Bill discussed earlier, he discussed a little bit more about our political action committee, which works on behalf of the industry. And here you can learn more about that and make a contribution either as an individual or a company towards the PAC. And that's it for the member content. I just wanted to reiterate, I can say with confidence, we've redone this website. It's very comprehensive. Anything you need to know will be on here. If you need to know about any upcoming events or need to register, if registration's open, there'll be a link on here to it. As you can see here right now, we've got and Mike's about to talk more about events, but you can come here, there's a list and you can RSVP for anything coming up. And if registration's available, that'll be up here as well. So I'm going to turn it over to Mike. He's going to talk a little bit more about our map, and also he'll get into our events.
Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it. Thank you for a good overview of our floridaattractions.org member content website. So folks, Daniel mentioned two of the guide maps, and I wanted to go over a few more points on those. We have two distinct guide maps that are actually produced by Double T Multimedia, which is a supplier associate member of the Florida Attractions Association. The first one is the official guide map to Florida Attractions. This has actually been around since the 1950s, and all of our 128 member attractions are guaranteed a free listing in this guide map each year. And your listing consists of your attraction image, your attraction name, website, main phone number, and address, city and state zip code. So around this time of year in September and October, we always send out an email to one contact at each of our member attractions to let them know we're preparing for the new edition, the 2020 edition of the official guide map, and here's your opportunity to update your attraction image, make any changes to your website, phone number if any information has changed, and do get that to us. The deadline to update your listing for the new 2020 guide map was Friday, October 25th, 2019. So the new map, the 2020 edition, will go into production late this year, 2019, most likely in December, and is scheduled to be distributed in beginning January 2020. So again, you receive a free listing in this map if you're a member in good standing. If you want to purchase ad space in the official guide map, that's at an additional charge. The deadline for that is December the 15th, and that's based upon availability. I'm sorry, November 15th. The map is actually distributed. The official guide map is actually distributed throughout Florida and certain areas going up the southeast coast up to about North Carolina or Virginia. There's 500 copies distributed annually, and these are always found in our 5 official Florida Welcome Centers, which are operated by Visit Florida. You'll find the official guide map in the Turnpike Plazas, AAA offices, and a great many hotel concierge desks and hotel brochure recs as well. Our next guide map is completely different from the official guide map. This is the South Florida Attractions map. And only member attractions that are in 5 Florida counties are eligible to be included in this map. And that's Palm Beach County, Broward County, Miami-Dade, Hendry County, and Monroe County in the Florida Keys. The difference between this map, not only is it a regional map, between this and the official guide map, that you do not receive a free listing. This is a listing you have to purchase if you are a member attraction. So you can have a couple options. You can buy a listing, or you can buy ad space with a coupon, or purchase ad space without a coupon that would have an expiration date that you set. And again, 500 copies of this map are distributed, and this is distributed in St. Lucie County, Martin, Palm Beach, Broward, Miami-Dade, and Monroe counties. And the deadline date for your paid ad submissions is also going to be on November the 15th for the South Florida Attractions map. So as Daniel mentioned, we're not a marketing organization. We do limited marketing with .com, our consumer-facing website, and then we do have the 2 guide maps. So moving on to a great way to make the most of your membership, especially if you all are new attraction members, having recently joined FAA, is to become active and start attending all of our year-round events. And we've got a ton of stuff available year-round. The last 2 to 3 years, we've added events too. One event that we've added is actually a series of events. It's called Networking Nights. And each fall, this is now the 3rd year, we have presented networking nights. We present 7 networking nights all throughout Florida, 7 locations, 7 different dates, ranging between September, ending in November. We have actually just completed 5 of them and have 2 more to go. We've had networking nights events in Tampa, Miami, West Palm Beach, Orlando, and just this week in St. Augustine. And coming up, you see on your screen, is going to be Fort Myers Wednesday, November 6th, and Fort Lauderdale on Thursday, November the 7th. And networking nights are just that. They are 2-hour social networking events, mixers, hosted by a member attraction in that city. There is no agenda. It's just a great way for attractions, members and non-members, to get together with their industry suppliers in that region, and also their DMOs and tourism industry leaders in that region. The event is free, and it's a great way to meet a lot of people, especially if you are new to the association. Moving forward, next month in November is a very popular event. This is also a free event for members. It's the FAA Networking Breakfast. This is now the 10th year that we have presented this for our members, and this is actually always held in Orlando each year during the actual week of the big IAAPA Expo in Orlando. And the location is always at the Orange County Convention Center. We're always up in a meeting room, usually in the North Hall. And the important thing to know about this is you do not have to be an IAAPA Expo attendee or an exhibitor to be able to attend this breakfast. This is a great event. You'll meet a lot of people at this event as well. This is a 2-hour event, and the date for next month is going to be Thursday, November 21 from 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. It's a drop-in breakfast, buffet style. A lot of people. We usually draw about 140 to 175 folks. The room gets crowded, but a lot of people to meet. You just have to be a Florida-based attraction to qualify to attend, or an industry supplier that currently does business with our attractions. This is currently up on our website, and you may RSVP at this time. All right, moving forward to next year, 2020, a very important day for anyone that is involved in the tourism industry in Florida. This is Florida Tourism Day, which has been taking place for a long time in the state capital here in Tallahassee. And this is a full day where we ask all of our members and all the actual members of all the tourism industry associations that sponsor this event travel to Tallahassee and converge and connect and talk about issues that are important to their businesses. We have a full agenda at the convention center downtown in Tallahassee. We have guest speakers, representatives and senators, usually the Speaker of the House, and talk about issues affecting tourism. And then we have a lunch, and then the afternoon hours are designated for organized appointments for you to go in a group with your other folks from your region up to the Capitol to meet with senators and representatives from your district to talk to them and meet them and tell them how important the tourism industry is to your business and to the economy in Florida. The number one reason really also for this entire day is to lobby for continued funding for Visit Florida, which is our tourism marketing organization for everything tourism in the state of Florida. So the date is on the screen. That's a Wednesday, January 22. Registration will be open for Florida Tourism Day very shortly. And let us know if you have any questions on that day. Okay, the Attraction Regional Forums. If you're brand new to the association, you probably have not experienced or heard of the Attraction Regional Forums. These are great days of education and networking. And they used to be called backyard forums. We've been doing these since about 1997, 1998, and the staff of the Florida Attractions Association, we leave our Tallahassee office and we actually travel on the road for an entire week, and we present 4 meetings in 4 different cities in a week, and rotate and travel. And this year we'll be coming to Fort Myers, Miami, Orlando, and St. Augustine, not necessarily in that order, but the dates will be February 4th through the 7th. That's a Tuesday through a Friday. The Attraction Regional Forums are more emphasis is on sitting down and talking about issues that are affecting your business as an attraction. Some examples of topics are operations, operational challenges. Perhaps changes you've seen in domestic markets, local markets, what's new, international markets, what trends are you seeing, and maybe changes in guest expectations. We talk about technology, social media, working with DMOs, and also we invite your local DMO to attend as well. So this is strictly for attractions. No industry suppliers are able to attend or invited to attend. The only ones that do attend are actually sponsors of these events. So you'll be seeing registration for this coming up soon for the Attraction Regional Forum, so please put that on your calendar. Okay, the most exciting thing we do and the biggest thing we do for FAA members is the annual conference. This is your annual conference, always held between mid-May to the early part of June. We rotate the conference to a different city, different location, different region every year. So we've been up to the Northeast, we've been to the Southeast, we've been to the Keys. Southwest Florida is a favorite, and Central West as well. Coming up in 2020, the 2020 annual conference will be held on Sunday, June 14th through Wednesday, June 17th. So actually it starts Sunday midday on the 14th, and everything will really finish up Tuesday night, June 16th, with an off-property event at one of our member attractions, which is a fun way to end the 3 days. And then checkout will be on Wednesday, June 17th. We're very excited to let you know the location is going to be in St. Petersburg and at the beautiful historic the Vinoy Renaissance Resort and Golf Club. And that's downtown, but actually sits right on the bay. It's a gorgeous resort. We've actually never held the conference there, so we're really, really excited about being able to come to the Vinoy this year. So the 3 days is jam-packed with education, networking, breakout sessions, industry roundtables. We devote an entire afternoon to topics for industry roundtables and do numerous rotations based upon region and topic, type of business. And then we have keynote speakers, general sessions, but all of our education sessions at the conference are all participatory. So everything is more or less informal. You can ask questions, you can get ideas and from your colleagues, and there's a lot of exchange of knowledge. That is the whole purpose of the annual conference, and it brings together all of our member attractions with all of our suppliers. Okay, our sales and marketing workshops. This is something that we hold every 2 to 3 years. This is usually held in the fall in Orlando in a central location. We just held our sales and marketing workshop 4.0, as we called it, in October 8th and 9th in Orlando. This was a day and a half, very concentrated study, and this was available just to attractions and those folks that work in, obviously, marketing and sales. Okay, and I also wanted to mention a very fun event we have each year. This is our Florida Attractions Scholarship Foundation Golf Tournament. This is always held in the Orlando area, Orlando, Kissimmee, usually in September and October. We just also wrapped up our 2019 golf event, which was on October the 11th at Falcons Fire, one of our favorite locations. And this is really a fundraiser for the Florida Attractions Scholarship Foundation. So if you've never participated in our golf tournament, we certainly do recommend that you do. Bring your family, bring your friends. You don't have to be a member. This draws attractions from around Florida. This draws industry suppliers, and it's very, very heavy on folks from Central Florida in the tourism industry. So we'll be looking for a date and a location for next fall, 2020, and do recommend and hope that you guys will participate in this fun day. Okay, and also wanted to kind of reiterate something Daniel talked about with our the way our memberships work. When your company applies for membership and is accepted as a member as a new attraction in the Florida Attractions Association, part of the process of joining and the application process is we send you a link to a worksheet. So we require that you designate to us 3 names that will be the 3 main contacts or delegates or representatives of your member business for anything anything related to the membership. So we do want 3 people that are on top of things as far as knowing what your membership benefits are and can communicate the membership benefits to your other staff members. And we need 3 people that function, kind of as the face of your attraction business, that are active in membership and that attend our events, come to the annual conference, and can relay information to other employees of your business. So if there's any changes in your employee database, if new people are being hired, please contact myself, Mike Donaldson, and let me know of any database changes. So as Daniel mentioned, the Who's Who online directory, we have at least the 3 main reps for your attraction business, but we're happy to add additional employees in our database so that they, receive our email communication on upcoming events, legislative alerts, any changes in membership benefits, and what have you. So please keep us up to date on anything new with your attraction, whether it's a new logo, and we can add videos that you send to us on our .com site. So we always ask that you stay in touch with us regarding any changes to your business and your employees. So I appreciate it very much, and thank you again.
That concludes our portion. We're going to turn it over for some questions. So if anybody has any questions about what we just presented, we're here to help.